all of the places you've lived?
Gunnison, Browns, New Mexico, and Salt Lake.
Crested Butte.
Yeah, I lived there in Crested Butte for 3 years.
All right, let's put them in order.
All right, first I was born in Gunnison, Colorado. And then when I was about 12, we moved to Crested Butte for 3 years. Then we moved back to Gunnison, got married, and moved to Browns, New Mexico first for a year, miserable. Then we came to Salt Lake for him to go to barber school.
That's why you came to Salt Lake, was for barber school?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was gonna.
Well, we had relatives here too, so that helped.
Why were the relatives here already?
Norman and Verl were here.
Yeah, so that was just that.
Willard and Lonnie came after we moved here.
Yeah, there was only Verl and Narmer was here.
Why'd they come to Salt Lake?
When we
I was curious why Salt Lake. Yeah.
When we switched from Gunnison mining, closed up, and we went to Grants, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year later, I decided, well, I wanted to be a mechanic. I was going to be a barber then. I wanted to be a mechanic. I used to love
the hobo.
I used to love working on
The hobo
cars.
didn't pan out, so.
I wanted to be a good mechanic, so I thought, well, I'll go to a trade school here in Albuquerque, which was 60 miles away. So we drove to Albuquerque. We find the what do you call it, the trade school, and we go in, and they had just, was it 2 weeks prior, they had just closed the trade school.
Huh.
I said, well, is there any other trade schools? He says, nope. I said, well, where's the closest one? He says, Salt Lake City.
Oh.
I said, Salt Lake City? And he said, yeah. He said, that's the only one I can think off the top of my head. So we gathered everything up, and she got a hold of Verl and Narmer, I guess, and we drove to Salt Lake and been here. Well, we were there, what, for
about a year and a half.
Then we did go to back. We went to Grants for. That was when we went to Grants, huh? And then
we moved to Salt Lake.
Went. I started to be a mechanic. I took the entrance exam and all that at Trade Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, that shows. Yeah, you got the smarts to be a mechanic and all that. But it says, but really, you really get along, it looks like, with people, and you were a lead man at the mine and all this stuff. And he says, I got somebody I want you to talk to. And I said, who's that? He says, the barber instructor. I said, barber instructor? Why do I want to talk to him? He says, well, Tim Height wants to talk to you. And that was the barber instructor. So I says, oh, I guess. So then here comes old Tim Height, the barber instructor, in his white uniform, and sits down, starts talking to me, and he says, why do you want to be a mechanic when you could be a barber? And I just started laughing. I said, a barber?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, that's the farthest thing from my mind. And he says, no, he says, you had to come up and see what we got upstairs. And he would not leave me alone. And finally I thought, well, what the heck, I've got to get this guy off my back. But I think he had everything planned, man. They needed one more to fill, I can't remember if it was 21 chairs or 27 chairs.
Yeah.
So he takes me up there. All these guys, they all come over. Oh, hi, I'm so-and-so, shake my hand. Oh, you'll love being a barber. Oh, we have more fun. You can make all kinds of money. Oh, you'll get rich being a barber. And he just kept talking and talking and talking. And next thing I knew, I was all signed up. 58 years later, cutting hair.
I've never heard that story before.
No?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I said, oh, man. Even after I cut hair for a long time, and every once in a while I see Tim Height. I said, boy, you sure roped me into being a barber. And he'd laugh.
So you moved here to Salt Lake and then you got about barber, or he told you about that when you're in New Mexico?
No.
What was?
You're
already here.
We moved back here, but I was gonna go to
for a mechanic.
To become a mechanic, but they Like I say, I think they needed one more guy to fill the chair up, and they roped me into it.
Huh.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Never got rich, but I sure did have a lot of fun, like they said.
Worked out. Yeah, that's cool.